Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Elena Buya, and in this video I would like to share with you my process of sketching 20 portraits all in one day and what I think about it. So it started all as my own personal challenge of 50 heads. Then when I finished it, I turned it into 100 heads. There is a collection of references saved on my Pinterest board, so you're welcome to use them if you want to. It took me almost a year to finish 80 portraits. Yeah, I took it really slowly. Did you hear about the original 100 heads challenge where it's supposed to be done in 10 days? No, my challenge was very slow. When I finished my 80 portraits, I kind of suggested in my Instagram post that maybe I should challenge myself and draw 20 portraits in one day. Some of my followers were like, "Oh wow, this is a great idea, you should definitely do it, I support you, I believe in you, you can do it." And I was just like, okay. I've never done it before. I think that the maximum I drew in one day is like maybe 5 portraits. So 20 sounded like a lot. And I started thinking, I started doing the math in my head. 20 portraits. Usually to draw one good portrait, it takes me for the sketch 40 minutes. I started to calculate if it is 40 minutes per portrait to be like really good portrait, okay? How many hours it would take? More than 10 hours. It's probably like 12-13 hours or something like that. And I was like, no, it's gonna be too much for one day. I'd be tired, I'm probably not gonna enjoy it, and probably not gonna make it. Then I would feel disappointed in myself. Then I thought, okay, half an hour per portrait. Then it takes 10 hours, and I was just like, no. No, it's too much. So then I'm thinking like, okay, then each portrait should take me about 20 minutes. 20 minutes per portrait, it's 3 portraits per hour, and then it's about 6-7 hours. This sounded more reasonable, more doable, that you can spend like basically 8 hours plus minus, take all the breaks you need and finish it. I started my challenge. I started a little bit late, around 1 p.m. because I have this idea that one portrait should take only 20 minutes. It ruined my experience in the beginning because I was rushing. In the first portrait, I was making mistakes, but because I was thinking like I don't have time to fix them, I'll just push through them. I'm not gonna go and erase them, try finding the solution and fix them. No, I was just like, no, I don't have time, I have to do it fast. So I was just like finishing the first one, and I don't like that one. I don't like it. It's not good. After that, I didn't enjoy the experience. I wasn't happy with my work. I didn't have enough time for rendering it the way I like it, cleaning it up. First 3 portraits, it felt like I wasn't enjoying it, I wasn't happy with the result. I don't want to create 17 more portraits like that I don't enjoy and that have mistakes. I decided to stop caring about the time, how much time it takes to draw a portrait, and just try to do my best, not going into details too much, but fix if it's need to be fixed, and render if it's need to be rendered, clean up, just do your usual thing. After I decided to do that, it became a little bit better. No, I think the fourth number 4 was actually one of the worst ones. She has wrong symmetry. She has the wrong symmetry and proportions. I think like at the end of the day I went over and fixed her up a little bit, because like I was not happy with her at all. It was almost I would never share that one with anyone, but since it was a challenge, well, I think like at number 7 I actually started enjoying it. And I was like, oh yeah, I feel so good. I actually feel like it's an amazing challenge. I feel already some improvements. That apparently why this whole collections of references is that way. Because I collected all the portraits that have this interesting lighting. So it's not just like soft light usually, but intense hard light from a sun, the way that you can see the shadows on the faces. And the idea was that when you practice hatching, shading it, you shade the whole area of the shadows, and then you add more smaller shadows and details and everything. So it kind of like creates this 3D portrait, because it's not soft shadows, it's more intense. It's kind of easier to make it look more 3D. And that was the initial idea, and I remembered it doing first 50 portraits, but during this challenge I somehow forgot, because I thought like, okay, I don't have time, I have 20 minutes. So I kind of skipped a little bit of the initial process that I had before. That actually slowed me down. So after a couple of portraits I remembered the process, and it also improved my timing as well, and improved my feelings towards the process. So I enjoyed it more. Then I took a break. When you start feeling tired, it's important to take a break. It's important to feel good, because you're the most productive when you are not tired, not hungry. So I took a break and had a tea and some snacks with the fruits, and it was good. So I came back to it full of energy, and I started sketching more and more. After that it was okay, but then it's I think like number 12, 13, I was so focused on the camera that was over my sketchbook, and that I wanted to make sure that it's a good angle, I don't have like the hand on the way, or like, I don't know, I was a little bit worried. So my position, like I wasn't sitting comfortably, I was sitting kind of like in a weird way, because I wasn't thinking about it. It literally gave me a neck pain. I usually don't experience pain, but there I guess it was so intense and I didn't notice it, and I got the pain, and I was like, this is so unhealthy, this is ridiculous, this is not great. Maybe I should stop it right now, because my health is more important. So after that I wanted it to stop, but at the same time I didn't want to quit. So I had to relax my shoulders, I had to like change my positioning and focus on my well-being over prioritizing the camera. I had to prioritize the way I sit, the way I feel. So like I stopped having the sore neck. I think I even was getting a sore finger as well, because I was hatching so much and drawing. So yeah, it was a little bit stressful experience. So then I had the dinner, and I had to finish another 3 portraits, I think, after the dinner. Yeah, anyway, I finished it. So, but what I wanted to talk about, do I recommend to do 20 portraits in one day? No, I don't recommend, don't do it. I don't think it was healthy, honestly, because at the end I did not care, I did not enjoy it, like at the very end. However, maybe I still was enjoying it a little bit. 98 I did not like, but 99 brought me problems. So in the beginning I didn't have problems searching for references, because they were already collected, but I decided I'm not gonna pick any famous people, because everyone knows how they look like and I have to capture their likeness. And I didn't want to spend time in it, because then I would need definitely 40 minutes to do it. I decided, okay, no famous celebrities, I don't need to spend too much time making them look alike, and just like capture a person and change the features the way I like it. But 99 is a very famous reference in the art world that every artist, probably every portrait artist, probably sketched, painted, drew this guy at some point. So I knew exactly that everyone would know who am I sketching. I was making mistakes, and it was so annoying, and I was like, no, I cannot just leave him look weird. So I had to completely erase him, try to sketch him over again, fixing it, even though like I was so tired. I was so done at that point. At 99 I had problems, and when I was rewatching all footage I realized that at, I don't remember which number, but I was so tired that I didn't notice that I was recording my breaks when I draw, then I press stop on the recording, sharpen my pencil, small tiny breaks between the drawing sessions. I was actually recording those breaks and not recording the drawing process. I was so tired. And I think like this happened to one of the portraits and the last one I didn't record, and I didn't even notice it. I only recorded the last bits of it because, you know, and I didn't notice that I was recording the opposite of what I should have been recording. Anyway, see how unhealthy it is. No, those challenges are not that good. If you compare it to something else, it could be running. It could be running a marathon. I think that running in general is a good exercise, is a healthy, good exercise that make your heart work. But at the same time, I also feel that running a marathon is not necessarily healthy for you. I think there is a point where it stops being healthy and it's actually destroying you. So that was, for me, is more like a marathon than a healthy run. I think a healthy run, it's not even about healthy run. If we compare it to sports and exercises, I think the healthy way of doing it is to do different exercises every day. First of all, it makes it interesting and you're not bored every day with something new. Then different muscles are working. So while on one day you're running and or doing, like, I don't know, going to the gym and doing leg days, the next day you're doing something else and your other muscles, some of them are resting and have time to rebuild themselves and get stronger, right? So resting is important. So while they're resting, you can exercise some other parts of your muscle, or like do some different activity, or I don't know, go swimming, hiking, make it interesting for yourself. I think this is the healthiest way of doing exercise. The same goes for drawing. I think just doing these marathons where you exhausted and where you don't care about it anymore, you kind of hate it a little bit, that's not healthy. Maybe at different levels. Like for me, I feel like I would have been comfortable drawing 10 portraits. 10 portraits would be challenging enough, I would learn certain lessons, but it would be a good number. For some experienced people that practice it, maybe it would be 20 or maybe even more. Maybe I actually think like even if I redo it again, if I do 20 portraits again, I would be better at it because I would probably create some sort of techniques to, for example, at one portrait, I didn't really hatch all the hair and just kept it more focused on the face, and I really liked it. Usually I cannot stop at that point because like I always feel that there are like some values that are missing, especially in the hair. So I always finish my hair in the sketch, and I didn't know how to stop. But doing this challenge, I did one of the sketches because I was so tired that I found the shortest way to make that portrait presentable. And I was just like quite happy with it. So like maybe I would build those techniques that I enjoy and like, but to make my portraits be faster. And I would also start early in the day, prepare for it more. Maybe I would have a nice sleep, prepare certain snacks and breakfast and lunch so I don't have to worry about those things. Kind of like prepare for the day better, focus on different things, maybe have a different materials, prepare the different materials and make it interesting with that, because I feel like my hand was very tired with the pencil. I wanted something even maybe like a charcoal where I can shade the full hair in one stroke, so something faster. I think these challenges are not bad in general, but you need to be ready for them. You need to be physically and mentally ready for them to get those good benefits. Otherwise, it could be very unhealthy and not worth it. It took me almost a year to finish this challenge, and here I am, finally finished, and it feels good. It feels good. I hope this video was helpful and interesting, maybe inspiring. And let me know in the comments what do you think about it, what do you think about challenges, have you done any of them, what is your approach towards them, did you find the balance? And if you would like to join my 100 Hats challenge, you can find all references on Pinterest. There is a little bit more references than 100, so you can pick which one you like. I also added emotions, not from this reference pack, but from other one, because I wanted to practice some emotions. It's not too strict. If you don't want to draw emotions, there are plenty of portraits that don't have emotions. They're a little bit easier. So you're welcome to draw with me. Let me know if you would like a sketchbook tour, maybe with the comments, and I would be like telling you I like this one, I don't like this one, I like this one, I don't like this one. You can follow me on Instagram and on Patreon. On Patreon we are doing some monthly challenges every month. Makes sense. I'm also doing overpaints. If you would like me to overpaint your work, for example, and give you some tips how to make it better, it's a nice community. It's not overwhelming. We don't text every day there. Anyway, you can follow me on Patreon, Instagram, TikTok, I think, as well, and of course here on YouTube. Let me know if you have any questions, suggestions for the future videos, and talk to you later. See you, bye.